Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx in a mono black devotion deck. It's going to be a Explorer best of one list with average converted mana cost 2.3, has 19 creatures, 17 non-creatures, and 24 lands. I'm too used to saying standard best of one because that's what I feature the most. But anyway, let's get right into the list. So Nykthos Devotion here. Obviously, we're going to be making a lot of mana through all the permanents that are going to give us Devotion. And we have multiple ways here to sink our mana into things. So for Devotion here, I didn't want to play a lot of non-permanent spells here. So this is what I came up with for Devotion. We basically play 4 copies of Underworld Dreams, an amazing card that can drain our opponent quickly, and that's what we're playing the most here is basically a drain strategy. So Underworld Dreams, things that can give us a lot of black mana on the battlefield that can help our devotion towards Nykthos, right? So we're playing 6 permanent 1-drops here within Eye Twitch and Warlock class. I'm playing 4 Fatal Push because it's such an important card, and Explorer, 2 Thoughtseize here as well. We're playing 4 Gifted Etherborn. It's an amazing card against multiple decks, right? It stops like all these aggro decks, in their tracks unless they have removal for it. We're also playing Timid here, and if you notice, all of our 2-drops have 2 black devotion within them, so we're trying to maximize the amount of devotion that we can push out of our cards. So Gifted Etherborn, Teamrit Chosen from Death. This is also an amazing card to stop all the aggroness, right? We pretty much farm aggro decks besides spirits and mono red, but yeah, like this is such a good creature because its toughness, it can get so big within the toughness, right? They can't really attack through it, which is also pretty good. And we're playing Yarok's Thin Lurker here. It enters the battlefield, it hits their hand a little bit. You can sink some mana into it later on in the game as well. So pretty good card here. Two copies only. We're also playing Mythic Massacre, of course. I'm playing Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor here. And I'll get back to Gix here. And Underworld Dreams, of course, is a 4 of. I'm playing Drag to the Underworld because we can easily, if we hit a 2-drop, or maybe 2 1-drops like Eye Twitch and Warlock class, we can have Drag to the Underworld become a 2-mana remove target creature at instant speed, basically. So pretty good here for me as well. And I'm playing 2 Sheoldred the Apocalypse, mainly because of Sheoldred's Drain. We're trying to drain our opponent within Warlock class, then Meathook Massacre, then Underworld Dreams, and Sheoldred the Apocalypse, and also Grey, which is the best card of the deck. Merchant of Asphodel, it's the best card for mono black devotion here. This is a 4 of for me. It enters the battlefield, and if you have 8 or 10, let's say, devotion, it minuses 10 points of life from your opponent, and you gain 10 life. So very good card here if we can get to it, and if we have a well set up board, we can close out games easily with Grey here. And having access to Nykthos, if we have multiple copies of Grey in our hand, we can cast 2 of them and just win the game in 1 turn, for example. But I'm playing Gix for a very specific reason, which is Gix's ability. I was searching all over the place for a black card that I can sink mana into it. Since we're going to have a bunch of mana, I wanted something that I can sink mana into. So Gix has an amazing ability here. So we discard X cards, then exile the top X cards off target opponent's library, and we can cast lands and spells from those cards without paying their mana cost. So it's a great way for us to sink mana into. A lot of times we are going to play Gix, and if we have Nykthos and we have Devotion on the battlefield, we have Underworld Dreams, we have some of these 2-drops, maybe multiple copies of Warlock class, we can sink mana into Gix and hopefully find something and win through our opponent's deck. So that's basically the idea here of Gix. Also, since I'm running a 1-drop creature, yes, it's 2 copies, but a lot of times you can play it on turn 1 maybe, and then we're running 2 drops. It's pretty decent to have Gix here as well. We're also running Sheoldred, so we have creatures, right? We can attack and gain value off of Gix, draw some cards. Maybe we can draw 2 copies of Grey Merchant of Asphodel and go from there. Maybe we can draw some removal. You never know. So the deck is very straightforward here. Within the mana base, I'm running only 1 copy of Castle Locthwain, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrants, 1 Takenuma, of course, the 4 copies of Nykthos, and then 16 swamps. Now, very straightforward list, very easy to play, very fun. It's a lot of fun to play. It's not a meta breaker by any means. This is my first go at a mono black devotion list, basically, but it's very understandable that for devotion you need to have permanence on the battlefield, and I tried to cut as many things as possible that maybe won't give me devotion, right? I mean, it would be amazing to run Invoke Despair, but Invoke Despair doesn't give you devotion, right? Because it's a spell, it's not a permanent on the battlefield. It would be amazing to run any other card, like a lot of other cards. I ran Ayara before instead of Gix because it gives me 3 black mana, just like Underworld Dreams, but I had to cut Ayara because it really wasn't doing anything for me, and I wanted to find something that I can sink mana into, and Gix has been relatively decent for me, to say the least. So yeah, matches, hard matchups for us. Mono red, you lose to 90% of the time. They're just too aggressive for you, and we are too slow for mono red. Spirits, if they go first, you're done. And angels, right? Angels, collected company angels are extremely hard to beat because we're trying to drain our opponent, but at the same time, they can gain life so much, right, and so quickly. Now, a mono red, if they're playing Eidolon, the new Eidolon of the Revels or something like that, I forgot what it's called, it's pretty good for you. You can win that matchup. But spirits, if they're going first, you're losing, unless you have a god hand or something. But all the other decks, like the slow decks, you can feed off of, right? The slow decks is where it's at for you. So yeah, very fun list. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. It's relatively budget as well. I mean, you got Shieldred here, that's Mythic. And you got Meathook Massacre, but I'm pretty sure 90% of people have Meathook Massacre and Shieldred. And you got Gix. You know, you can replace Gix with anything you like. Grey Merchant here is a uncommon here as well. Uncommon. All these 2 drops are uncommon. And then Warlock class, I guess, you know, Thoughtseize is rare, but uncommon here as well. So very budget friendly, kind of, besides Nykthos here, obviously, and maybe Hives and Takanuma here and Castle Lockdwayne. But yeah, you get what I mean. So yeah, with that being said, I got a couple of games for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. If you do, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay, bye. Alright, playing against a Yorian deck. Our hand is terrible, right? We opened with 2 Nykthos, unfortunately. I mean, our hand is insane, but maybe we can make something happen. We can't curve out, that's for sure. So we need to put down the Warlock class and hopefully fetch a land for next turn. Because we just can't do it with 2 Nykthos, right? We need black lands for these cards. Alright, portable on the Warlock class, sure. Okay, that's a land. Play Timurit here. Wonder what they're playing. So far it's 5 colors. Restoration of Iganjo, you're playing basics. Nice. Alright, see, we can't play those, unfortunately. So, I'm just gonna take a look at what they're playing here. Oh, yikes. Alright. Let's see, if they try to ramp here, we can exile the cards. Stop the ramp for a bit, right? Karuga, the Macrosage. Okay. Anything to play here? Opponent? Fires of Invention. Yikes. Alright, well, let's put these down and see what happens here. They're down to 13 already, so You're gonna have so much mana for this Meathook Massacre, it's insane. So Fires of Invention, could it be a enigmatic incarnation deck? Maybe. Okay. That's 2 more drainage. The more you draw, the more you lose life, opponent. The nice part is that Timrit is going to be able to dodge the Meathook Massacre, right? Yeah, I think they're playing an enigmatic incarnation deck with Karuga for some reason. I mean, it draws cards, right? And they're playing permanents, so why not? Other permanent you control for 3 mana. Okay, so Restoration and Fires of Invention. I get Yorian, sure. They play Yorian for free, nice. So if they want to draw more, by all means, draw more. They're giving me the Warlock class for some reason. They want to take Timrit here? No, I don't think so. I mean, if they're giving me Warlock class, they're giving me card draw. Okay. Can certainly sink my mana into this Warlock class. Nice. That's a -3. Okay, that's a land. Alright. Another Underworld Dreams. And then I'll just take the draw here. Oh, nice. Okay. This should be game if they don't have a way to counter it or gain any life. But this should be an extremely explosive turn for our opponent. All 3 grays on the top of the library. Okay. Please leave me something with devotion. I don't think these decks run Farewell, right? Of course not. I mean, they're running enchantments. Enigmatic Incarnation. They can get something that kills our Underworld Dreams. Yeah. Alright, that's pretty bad. We're gonna need to Meathook next turn. We're down to 10. What can they get though? They don't have a 2 mana enchantment, so they can't get a 3 mana creature. They can get a 4 mana creature. I wonder what it is. Could be that Archon that gains them life. Could be a bunch of things, to be honest. I have no idea what they're running. Omnath. Okay, they draw a card, which you lose more life. And these sort of decks don't run any counter spells to my knowledge. Alright, well. Let's see it. Is this game? That's game. Nice. That was really good. GG's. Alright. Well, we have 2 black lands. Gifted Etherborn on turn 2. We just need a 3rd black land here. Nykthos is not the type of land that you... Nice. Alright, another Yorian deck. Another enigmatic incarnation deck, I think. Maybe. That's Teamer so far. Alright. Maybe control. How bad would it be if I was to play this Warlock class? Test out that theory. It's not control. Okay. Let's see what we get off of it. We'll definitely get a gray here. I didn't want my Underworld Dreams to get countered here. But we need to speed through it, right? Another tap land, okay. Alright, let's run this out. Nice. Let's see what they're all about. Oh, yikes. What is this? So Supreme Verdict we don't really care about, right? Not really. I mean, yeah, it hurts our devotion, but who cares? Cavalier of Flames or Fires of Invention? I think it has to be the Fires here for me. They're playing Supreme Verdict, but they don't have the mana for it so far. They need 2 white. Yeah. Fate of Wishes, okay. They had 2, so it doesn't make sense to take 1. They got Farewell, yikes. Alright, what's the play here? They're far away from the Farewell. Alright, 1 more turn. They lose next turn if they don't do anything about it. One, two, three, four, 5. Supreme Verdict it is. Alright. And that's game. Maybe I should have played that first, but GG's. Nice. That was really fun. Alright. Keepable hand. We have turn 1 Warlock class, turn 2 Warlock class, and then Underworld Dreams, back to back. It all depends though. We might just Thoughtseize on turn 2. If they're playing green, I'm definitely going to Thoughtseize on turn 2. Because if they have a Mana Dork on turn 1, I would want to see what they're trying to ramp into. Alright, well. Give me Nykthos, yeah. It is a lot of lands, but oh well. Maybe Jeskai Control? Maybe that's a Doomscar? Okay. We haven't seen any blue yet, so maybe that's just the Starnheim Unleashed. Replicating Ring. Oh, that's definitely something I don't know about. Alright, well, let's find out. I'm not going to play Shieldred here. Oh yeah, okay, so that's definitely a Doomscar. There's some sort of... so double vision. They have that next turn. Okay. Alright, we have to take double vision. That's something they're gonna ramp into. I think there's some sort of like combo deck, to be honest. Okay.
This is a plane worth saving. I've been waiting for this.
Alright. If that's a Doomscar, I don't want to invest. So with Shieldred on the battlefield, they're going to lose 4 life every turn with these Underworld Dreams. Okay. We just want a gray here. Yep, that's fine.
This ends now.
Alright. Hopefully no farewell from our opponent. Man, if we can find a Gix, we can definitely sink our mana into the Gix. Sure.
Now it's my turn.
They're gonna play Sokinzan here, which is fine. Let them play Sokinzan, because then that triggers my Warlock class, right? They're not. Okay.
Bring it on.
Our third Underworld Dreams. Okay. Actually, I think we could have killed them there. Yeah. Attack for 4. Then they lose 4 off of the Warlock class. And then 3. Yeah. GG's. Alright. I'm gonna mulligan this hand, unfortunately. We can't play any card. Like any card. Opening with Nykthos is just like terrible. Oh man. The first thing we play is Gix. I can't mulligan down to 5. I have a ton of 2 drops and a ton of 1 drops, and it doesn't seem like I can open with any of them. Okay. Nothing from our opponent. We drew a 2 drop, which is good. Alright. Interesting. We're gonna have to kill that, I think. Let's increase the devotion on Timrat here. I'm just gonna pass. So they only had 1 creature, I'm guessing. Monastery Swift Spear. Sure, I guess. Okay. You can have it. Alright. Shieldred should be good here. What's the play, opponent? Okay. You can kill team, right? Like, I really don't care. Sure. I like this card. Okay. That's fine. That's it? We have gigs, hopefully no removal from our opponent. Alright. Definitely take the draw here. Gain some life. Gonna pop this Warlock class. We have a Nykthos in hand already. I'll take the push all day. Alright, you better finish me this turn, opponent. Instead courage. Okay. And then alright. I think we lead with the with this card here. See what they decide to discard. Shelter. Okay, so that was a good discard. Let's see if they have protection. They do have protection. Okay. Alright, well. Nice. Let's sink our mana into Gix here. Sure. Alright, so they're down to one card in hand. Protection isn't enough. I can just chump with this. Can't really be attacking me here with having one card in hand. Sure. Alright. Nice, they're trying. That's game. We can end them a couple of ways. Hive or Warlock class. Nice. Alright. This hand is kind of bad, huh? But I'm not willing to mulligan. I'm pretty sure we can draw a third land here. Third black source. Adventure awaits. Gaia's Blessing. I guess I don't really care about this. What a hand. We take the fight spell. Or we take the creature. They can fight gigs, which I don't really care about. Man, I don't know what to take. I'm gonna take the creature here. Of course. Of course he top deck another one, bro. So they're playing some sort of Death Touch tribal thing, it seems like, with fight. Yeah. Alright. Okay, well the good part is they're 1 mana creatures, right? I mean 1 power creatures. So that's pretty good for us. We have Nykthos and another Underworld Dreams and Gix, so I guess we just keep Gix until we can actually cast or use its ability. But I'm pretty sure we can't get something good out of their deck. Another adventure awaits. Think they're looking for lands here, maybe? No? Just more Death Touch? Okay. Well, that certainly buys us some time. They're not being really aggressive here. And our hand sucked. Like all we drew were another Underworld Dreams and just lands. Alright, they're trying to turn up the aggression. They can fight Gix next turn. Can't really use the Gix here. They'll definitely be fighting the Gix. Alright. Not that I can do anything about it, to be honest. I can play gray here. Okay. They're down to 5. Pretty successful turn, but... Finn, yikes. Okay. We can wait, right? Finn has Death Touch. No, we can't. Alright, so poison counters, huh? Sure. How can we kill them? Okay. Pretty good for me. Yeah, just Fatal Push the Finn. An attack for lethal. Good game. Nice. Maybe they can gain life off of this, right? No. Oh yeah, it's another one that gains them life. I forgot. Nice. They saved themselves for one more turn. Okay, GG's. Alright. Gotta put the eye twitch down so that hopefully we can get a land off of the environmental sciences. I guess not. Lieutenant is a pretty annoying creature. And we just needed a black land off the top. We drew another Nykthos. Nice. This can be a pretty decent blocker for the Thalia. Recruitment officer. That's pretty good. And giant killer. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to do that, friend. Okay. They can tap this Aetherborn, but we still have a pretty decent blocker for Thalia. So now what? Nothing. Good. Alright, we need to get that out of their hand one way or the other here. Just gonna pass here. Fatal push the Thalia. Adversary is pretty good for them also. Yeah. I want to hold up Brave the Elements. Athalia's Lieutenant. That's a big yikes. If I block with the Aetherborn, they use Brave the Elements, right? And then we lose the Aetherborn. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna get Takenuma here. And pass. Because I'm gonna block with the Aetherborn, and they're gonna use Brave the Elements. And I'd probably want to get it back, or maybe a Gray. Gray would be good here. Gray would drain them quickly, but man, Timrit has been amazing against these creature decks. The problem is they can tap one thing with the Giant Killer, use Brave the Elements, use Intrepid Adversary. They have a lot of sequencing going on that they need to think about. Okay. Nothing, huh? Alright. We got nothing, huh? I'm gonna get a Gray here. Nice. Nykthos is OP. GG's. Alright. No turn one play. Opponent leads with a Hopeful Initiate. Rally the ranks. Wow. Okay. Playing against mono white humans. Sure. Aetherborn is a very good blocker here. But things get really complicated if they have a Brutal Cathar. They just went for that right away. Let's attack their hand a bit. Has to be Asprint for me. I mean, Asprint can really run away with the game. Alright. They have a lot of, like, big effects. You had to play the Warlock class there first. All right. Interesting. Okay. Pretty interesting so far. But then that means we can't block because we need all the devotion we can get. If they don't kill us this turn, then that's pretty much game. A lot of non-creatures. Horrible humans deck here. I bet you anything they play Thalia too. Alright, well they can kill something. Like this or this. Sure, yeah, see? They can't apply enough pressure with these. And that's game. GG's. Nice. We played it well.